Hello Gibson Pickers, this is Jim Deeming from JamPlay.com. I want to bring a little lick to you today. I call it a cascading lick. That's actually where Chet Atkins used that in the song called Cascade, and that's this run here. And I'm going to show you how to pull that off, literally. And Chet Atkins is not the only one that uses that. Emmanuel sneaks that in several places in songs that he does. It also happens to work not only in the key of C for a C chord as I did here, it also can be effectively used in A minor. Tommy will use it as a little bit of an interlude lick in his hot rod version of Classical Gas, where, and see, it fits in here like this. So on. So it's because of where the notes lie, and then depending on how you end it on the lower strings, you can end on a C or on an A minor. I'll break that down for you. First of all, it starts on the first string on the C note up here, and you use your pinky. And once you get familiar with the pattern here, the pull-off pattern, I think you'll find that it's actually not nearly as hard as it sounds. It's a series of triplets. And what we'll do is pull off from the pinky down to the first finger. The pinky starts out on the 9th fret. First finger will be on the 5th fret. This is all on the first string, and it's a triplet. So you pull from 9 down to 5, 5 open, and then you're done. Just like that. You might have to spend a little time getting used to that. For some people, they're familiar with pull-offs, but pulling off from a pinky all the way down to the 1 may take you a little bit of getting used to, especially your pinky dexterity there. Where the pinky goes during that pull-off, get yourself started ready to go to the 2nd string, again on the 9th fret. So it's going to go like this. Alright, and then you're going to pick this note again on the first string, 5th fret. So I'll break it down slow. Alright, those two go together sequentially. And then you just add another pull off. So let's work on that just for a minute here. It's kind of pretty. And now if you shift everything that we've just done to the next set of strings down, it repeats. So from 9, 5 open, 9, 5 open, although that time we split 1st and 2nd string, now we'll do it on 2nd and 3rd. Let's do that. Excuse me. And now we go to here. This is where it starts to differ a little bit. 9, 5 open, 9, 5 open. 1st and 2nd strings are the same. Now we shift on the 3rd string, use your ring finger on the 8th fret. 1st finger stays in here all the way. And the pattern again holds true that for the first time you reach up and grab a next lower string, you go right back to the previous string for the pull off. See if that makes sense to you. 1st string, 1st string, 1st string, 2nd, 1st string, off. 2nd string, 2nd string, open, 2nd string, 3rd string, and back to 2nd again. It's like 3 steps forward and 1 step back, or excuse me, 1 step forward, 1 step back. It's bouncing. Alright, and now we repeat again on the 3rd string, same fret. Alright, so really all that's changed is on the first 2 strings we used the pinky here. On the next 2 strings down we're using the ring finger, 3rd finger on the 3rd and 4th strings. We're cascading our way down to lower strings with pull-offs. can end on that C note right there if you want to. So pinky, first 2 strings, the rest of the way it's all 1 and 3. Might look to you a little bit like a pentatonic scale at that point. Alright, in Cascade he ends a little bit differently, Chet does, to time that out with where it fits in the song. What I'm showing you here is how to start and end on a C. It's 2 octaves that it's covering, and so that's it. One more time slowly on the C pattern. Alright, now let's talk for a minute just what I'm doing on the right hand to accomplish this. Flat picking, this would be a challenge. It would be could be done. But what I'm doing with fingerstyle is using the thumb and first finger, kind of a rapid, almost chicken picking type of a really rapid fire. If you watch this, I use the thumb, gets all 3 of the first notes are done with 1 thumb stroke. And then the thumb goes down here to the next string. When I grab that second string, I have the thumb get that note, and my first finger is all cocked and ready to get those 2 sequential notes. Alright, so it's thumb, thumb, finger, thumb, thumb, finger, thumb, thumb, finger. Hopefully that gives you an idea now what I'm doing, and also it's important to pay attention just to how often you actually are picking, whether with a pick or a finger over here, keeping in mind that a huge number of these notes are happening by virtue of pull-offs, not plucked. What you'll have to do is coordinate yourself now, get used to the pattern, both in terms of frets and strings, and then line up your right hand whichever way you choose to pick it, whether it's thumb and first finger or flat picking style. And then just to briefly comment about how to end that on an A minor. If you're in an A minor, start on the C again. C is a perfectly legitimate note in an A minor chord, and what we're doing up till there, the pattern is all the same, and the only thing I'm doing different right here, after we grab this string, that's a E, right? When I pick that note back down the scale, I could go here. I want to end it like this, to an A minor. However, at the speed that we're typically, that's really hard with pull-offs and right hand picking at that. It gets you some pretty fast triplets, and to get this scale on a single string all the way down is hard, so we use another trick. After this E note, I get my D. Rather than going here, I come right back underneath it and get that open string. And while I'm picking that open string, that gives me time to transition down here to the C note on the 3rd fret. Watch this. Okay. So all together, a little bit slower than I normally play it, it goes like this. Alright, and then again, depending on what you're doing with it in a song, or where it's fitting, you may keep these at the same triplet speed, or you may drop them down to quarter notes. Your song or your use of the lick will dictate that. Anyway, give that a shot, and if you'd like to see the tablature for that, we have that on JamPlay.com. Come on over and take a look and sign up for some lessons. Thanks.